Hello children, it is me, McGrouch, and I have a riddle for you. How many times can a game studio release the same gun? Turns out at least 4. The Liberator is what I would call the default primary of Helldivers. It just kind of is. There is nothing about it to make it remarkable. It is a nondescript gun that fires normal-ass bullets, and in a game that has an entire category of weapons dedicated to plasma, that, in and of itself, it kind of makes it remarkable. It finds its sole identifying characteristic in not having any kind of identifying characteristic. The default Liberator is a gun that you would give a movie extra you know is gonna die in the next scene anyway. You know, it's the character that says, well, 25 years of investigating strange noises coming from dark tunnels during the cold open, and I'm 2 days away from retirement. If I were role-playing as a default Helldiver, this is the gun that I would use. Its fire rate is fine. Its damage is okay. Its pen is good enough, as long as you can kind of aim. It's a gun in default text, but why use gun default when you can use gun italic? Yes, the Liberator is but a platform, a canvas upon which Arrowhead can paint its weapon design masterpiece. From this basic gun, there have arisen 3 variations, each one less necessary than the last. And guess what? I love them all. The first variation we have is the AR-23P, the Liberator Penetrator. It is almost identical to the normal Liberator, except that it traded a little bit of damage and a teensy bit of ammo for a tiny amount of armor pen, level 3 armor pen, which does allow this gun to damage virtually any piece of a medium enemy, which means that you don't have to focus on hitting weak points. Instead of aiming down sights to try and put a few shots on that bot's abdomen or bug thorax, you can damage that enemy directly through its armor. Essentially, this gun compromises your potential damage output in exchange for not having to make you aim as much. Not only does the gun by default do less damage, it also encourages the user to aim for non-vital areas that will lead to slower kills. This is a bike with training wheels slowing it down. It is a weapon that allows the unskilled to compensate for their lack of precision, and in doing so, undermines its own potential efficacy. On an unrelated note, this is my favorite variant. Now, look, the far horizon, we have the AR-23C concussive. It is a high-capacity beanbag gun. It fires stunning bullets with lower than normal damage at a slower than average rate. If you hit a damageable part of an enemy, usually weak spots, you can stagger them for about a second, and with 60 rounds in the clip, you can keep staggering them, and staggering them, and staggering them. It's really good at staggering. Less great at killing things, though. In fact, the wiki even goes so far as to suggest using this as a support weapon. Who would want a gun that doesn't do damage? This is far and away the weirdest of all the variants. Why, for the love of God, are you giving me a less lethal option? Yeah, stunning them keeps them from getting closer, but so does killing them. And with a real, standard gun, you don't have to constantly alternate targets to take out a group. You can just shoot them till they're dead. Still, I would have to say that this is my favorite iteration of the rifle, just because it is the only version that feels truly unique. And finally, there is the Liberator carbine. It's the Liberator, but it shoots faster. A lot faster. Also, a lot less accurately. But holy shit, does it shoot fast. Now I have the ability to waste ammo twice as fast. I love the original double tap root beer. In relation to the other Liberator permutations, I would have to say that this one is my favorite. Because of all the Liberators, this is the only one that makes sacrifices in pursuit of doing more damage, even if it did do so by becoming more of an SMG than any other SMG. Except that one that was in the deluxe edition, I don't own that one. I also don't really know anybody else who owns that one. So I'm gonna ignore it, pretend it doesn't exist, and look at it go into the abyss, where it belongs. Because honestly, I don't need the Knight anymore. I have the Commando now. The Commando base fire rate is 900, and even though I am not normally one to complain about recoil, oh my god, does this gun have recoil. It's an understandable price to pay, but it makes landing the light armor pen bullets in those weak spots significantly more difficult. Deciding which one of these weapons you want to take will depend a lot on the situation, but it depends even more on who you are as a player. For instance, if you were playing with a group against bugs, you might want to take the concussive variant if you feel like you want to be more of a, team player. I don't really think this kind of player exists, but for the sake of argument, let's say it does. If you want to use your primary to indirectly benefit your team, you might take the concussive, repelling large bugs while your teammates whittle down the horde. Maybe you want to spray and pray, but feel like the gun that's literally called spray and pray is a little bit too on the nose. Well, then the Commando is going to suit you best. Are you going against bots? Penetrator. And if you want to feel like you are truly a side character in somebody else's anime, take the standard AR-23. So yeah, that's the Liberator in all of its subpar glory. It is definitely not the flashiest weapon, but at least it gives multiple playstyles the opportunity to be bad, even if one of those playstyles is entirely hypothetical. But hey, it is only one of many weapons that makes Helldivers the unmitigated clusterfuck that we all love. If you have a Helldivers weapon or topic you want me to cover, leave a comment. If somebody has already left a comment saying what you were going to say, don't leave another comment saying that. Like the comment that originally said that, so I know that that's a video you want me to make as well. I am not gonna go through and tally up every comment suggesting the same thing. I'm just not gonna do it. If you leave that to me, guess what? Next video, gonna be another Liberator video. I'm gonna keep doing it until you fucking learn. Also, I have a Discord. It's in the description. Also, subscribe. Also, bye.
Subscribe to me out. 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 Subscribe.